good morning, good morning. We're back for another one. Oh, that's my little intro thing every time. Right? Hey, what's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hope you are having a great, marvelous, some type of day, you know. Hopefully your work day is going easily and going smooth and they ain't getting your nerves up there. You ain't had to pop off on nobody. You ain't had to smack nobody, and they have not fired you before your lunch break. So you are doing great. Because let me tell you something. I have been fired before lunch break. Matter of fact, I pulled up at work one time, and they told me, just don't even worry about parking your car. Just go on back out that exit. Just do a U-turn and go on back out. We'll send your peak papers in the wheel. So if you have not got no answer this morning, you are doing great. Hello. So yes. Hello, good morning. I am going to get in, I'm going to get out. What's up, y'all? Let me turn all this stuff off. I'm like, where is this boy at? I'm back here in the bed. I'm back here in the bed. I'm back here in the bed. Hello, good morning. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Hopefully you're having a good day. I get up and do a little something this morning. Got a little stuff going on, but I got to do something this morning. Anyway, I came to you all to give you all some morning topics and news and things like that. And if you don't mind, this morning, you can hit that like and hit that subscribe if you would like to. And come on, and you ain't gonna do. That's all you gotta do. You ain't gotta do nothing else. He said, "Well, two or more gathered, two or more gathered in His name." You know what I'm saying? So that's all I need you for you. It's just hit that like button. That's all you gotta do. You could do the one, and I do the two, and I do the 1 + 1. We get that 2, and then sometime I do 2, and you do 2, and then we get 4. There you go. Listen, good morning. Let me check something right quick. Let me do a sound check. All right, okay, because I had got a complaint the other day in the comments, and then one of the comments came on and said, "We can hardly hear you," and I was like, "Country and loud as my ass is, you can't hear me. You can't hear me. My ears must finally be adjusting." They finally might be adjusting. But no, seriously. Hopefully you're having a good day. Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, July the 29th, 2026, and it is 11:11 over here on the DC side of town. You know, Washington DC is at 11:11 now time. If you're in Texas, you're at 10 something. If you're in California, you was way behind. I don't know where you at. But welcome here is 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay. So check this out. Let's get into this. Where I want to go first. Let's go in order so we can get in and get out, because I'm so tired. I gotta go. If you don't know what happened on me before we get started, let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. So yesterday morning, I was sitting up there. I was trying my best to do right. And what I did was I spent around in my chair. And if you've been over here before, I love to spin around in my chair. And I spent around in this chair, and I had one of them big old tall bottles of water, the waters I had went and got from the store. And child, I must have hit a Holy Ghost spin. That water just went all of my new keyboard and my laptop. So my laptop is in the shop. I got to go get my laptop around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Hopefully, if you can get it fixed today. I dropped it off yesterday, but we're going to see. If you don't get it fixed today, then, whatever. Because I went out of town, all of my good stuff is on that laptop. Okay, so everything running good. Let's get into this. Okay, let's do funky in the Daniel guy. So let's get into this part. So yesterday. So if you don't know, you will know. Yesterday, Funky Dineva, aka Q, we love Q. Q was on Don Lemon's show. Okay. I have gotten the opportunity to see Q. I've been watching Q for a while now. So I've got to see him go from utterness of like all his beating outside, drama. The Thai lady was out there going off on him. Everything was going on. But I love to see the black man's growth. He's very, very intelligent. Very, very, very intelligent. However, he remind me of, he tell you like it is, I was born in Mississippi. Kind of crazy thing about it is I think his family's from Grenada, Mississippi, and that's why I was born there. But Memphis really raised me. But I get it. You know, he originally from Florida. So Florida folks don't play no games with you. Okay. So yesterday, they were having a deep conversation on Don Lemon. And while they was on Don Lemon having this conversation, the conversation came up to be about Nolan Wells and the Nolan Wells case. I would want to go over it again this morning, but I am just so overwhelmed with all of the just the stuff that you see. And I guess I think people forget that, you know, this is a lived experience. And I think what me seeing is so much and so much always happening and so much always going on. I'm not gonna touch that today. I'm just gonna leave it where it is. I'm gonna tell y'all about it in a minute, how I feel, and we're gonna just skip past that. So anyway, just get short the story before we get into it. Funk and I went over to Don Lemon. Him and Don Lemon went over with this dude named Daniel Grimes. I ain't never heard Daniel Grimes. I don't know who Daniel Grimes is, but I think Daniel Grimes is a white woman on the inside part. So anyway, they was over there. And while they was over there, you know what I'm saying? They was over discussing the whole Nolan Wells case, this and that. And Daniel just seemed to just like, you know, he was capping for the white people. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that something happened to Nolan. We all know that. Like, it's no other way around it. So this morning, last night, I'm gonna show you what happened. But last night, Funky, when he actually called me and he apologized, this and that. Now, when I went through the comments, because see, I'm at the bottom. Ain't nobody over here but me. Just me, Moses, and Joshua, and baby Junebug. That's who all over here. And as I was sitting there going through the comments, everybody really kind of was like, "Hey, yeah, we glad you told him." You know how you got those cousins that they get on your nerves. Thank you. These them cousins that get on your nerves, but they real bougie, whatever. But they need to be told to hell off and get popped back in line. That's exactly what he needed. But at the same time, like, you know, I understand it's always a time and a place. And Funky just seems to he did good. The comments were saying, like, yesterday was like, you know, he tried to hold it in. You know, he tried, but it just slipped out. He held on long as he could. But I would say you want the best commentary for that from yesterday. I would say go to either I'm gonna review AT2 or you go over to CTV. Now we're gonna review AT2. Shout out to AT2. I watched his yesterday because he called it. Now, what I was trying to tell y'all is that when I went over this morning to go get updated for what I want to talk about today, I was gonna talk about that. And Dunn chopped the whole video up, so it's not on Dunn Lemon page from yesterday. But baby, it got good. But I'm just so glad, thank God for CTV and AT2. Baby, because they gave ABC and a 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you can count on me. Count on me through thick and thin. I'm sleepy, y'all. That's why I can fool. A friendship that will never end. When you are weak, I will be strong. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Let's get into this. So, this right here. Let's get over here. Shout out to AT2 again. You know, gotta give fair use, gotta give credit to what credit is due. So, I sat in on this right here yesterday too, because this is where it came in, and we had the whole discussion yesterday over there. You know what I'm saying? So let's try to see. Let me see, can I catch up to the part where it just starts to happen, and then we'll go into the rest of it. Let's see.
It's all like, how are you as a black man not looking at this situation when, okay, say if they didn't do anything, say if they haven't, because we don't know, right? They're not responsible for Nolan's death, right? Let's put that out there, right? We don't know that to be true, correct? But them doing interviews and just, and again, to be fair, I didn't watch the Brandon Tatum. I'm not giving him a click and a view. I watched you guys review on it, right? And the little clips that I seen. But they had no emotion. Those boys had no emotion. Why wasn't there emotion like, oh man, I can't believe my friend? Like, no, like, you ain't gotta cry. Not everybody's a crier, right? Let's put that out there. Not everybody's a crier. But you would have some kind of emotion where your voice would be kind of shaky. Like, Lord forbid something happens to, like, you know, one of my friends, like, you know, TT.
And he's right. So what AT2 was saying, he was saying about the young gentlemen, the liars. I want to call them the little twins that sit in a circle over there. With they look like, I don't know, they look like they kind of neurodivergent. But anyway, what he's saying is that They had went Warren and Wyatt and all the up went over to Officer Brandon Leofis Bitcham Tatum platform. And when it went over there to Officer Rukus platform, I'm gonna give you a reason why we call him Officer Rukus at that. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. White folks don't trust him because they obviously we don't trust him. And if they know that your own don't trust you, they really don't trust you. They're gonna spend your coin later on. But he's saying that the outlet went over there and what's going on the panel, which they're discussing right now with Don Lemon. Daniel seemed to just kind of like keep it, you know what I'm saying? Daniel's like, you cool. I don't know the man. I think he's 36 years old. You know what I'm saying? He young. I ain't number 38. But Daniel seemed like, you know what I'm saying? For him to be black, he seemed like he just didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he just didn't get it. I swear to y'all. He seemed like he just didn't get it. Bless the baby heart. And I think Funky got to a point, Funky was like this motherfucker right here. Because it gets to a, like Love Jones say, it gets to a point like with our own people. How many times we gonna tell y'all this shit? You know? Let's get into this part. Let's see. Oh, commercial. Listen, commercial come on. I'm looking. We're gonna pay Beagles over here for AT2 platform. And we're gonna wait patiently on the line. But yeah, we finna get into this part. I gotta make sure this play through because yeah, we need all the information we can get. Try something different. DoorDash always trying to advertise, ain't it? Y'all got enough out of me. Y'all got enough out of me. Come on, commercial. Dang, what's the longest commercial ain't it? They've been let us go fast. Well, I don't want to hear about this stuff. All right, let's go.
It was the drinking, and this is why Nolan perished. He got too drunk. They're setting us up. I guarantee you this is going to come in the narrative of why Nolan passed away. And it's going to be, it was Nolan's fault because he was too drunk. I already see that coming, y'all. Let's continue.
Singularly, all of these things can be scrutinized until the cows come home.
And one more thing I forgot to share. So I've been sharing a link for you guys. That link is Janetta Brantley. That's the woman who was able to.
Little brother was advertising yesterday. He was out here getting a word out. I'm not sure what was going on, but you know what I'm saying? He be doing so much, but we're proud of you, AT2. Keep on doing what you're doing.
So this is the link that I'm sharing for you guys because you guys asked, who did the audio? That's the woman who did the audio.
Oh.
Okay, let's continue.
Taking collectively, when you begin to put them together, I may not know specifically what happened. I may not know it in detail, but I think any reasonable human being can draw the conclusion that at a minimum, they know what happened and they were involved.
And I'm not saying
and I'll add to that. Stand by. I will add to that. You don't go on to somebody's show who hates black people to try to, who is black, but I shouldn't say hates black people, who is black, but talks smack about black people all the time. That's who you choose to do an interview with. That's also telling to me. Okay, I'm glad we're having this. Is a great conversation. Hang on, we're not done yet. So,
I agree with Dunn. They're talking about Officer Big Back Bitch Tatum. He hates himself. You know, I love the skins I'm in. I'm not racist or biased or anything like that. I can be very cautious because history has shown that you have to be cautious. But at the same time, you know, he doesn't, you know, when Officer Tatum looks in the mirror, like I've said this before, when he looks in the mirror, he sees a 6'4", blonde-haired, blue-eyed white man. That's what he sees. Maybe he a brunette. We don't know. But he probably over there with Chris Nome over there with them things strapped to his thing though. All right, let's go back to this.
It's the one that Dineva's talking about. Listen.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn. And,
okay, so
our bilge pump
the rest is, you know, the call. The bilge pump is going out. All right, so that one is, okay, so who should go first? Reese gone.
Well, you know, there's so much disinformation and misinformation that spreads. There's so much unsourced material. So when I did see the audio engineer who worked on that video, I felt a lot more comfortable reacting to it because I saw it being sourced as from the Mississippi department, which it wasn't. It was enhanced audio. So I think that if you take the credibility of the woman and explain her.
And the woman that they're talking about, she's a black woman. She has a I think audio engineer degree certification. She's won awards and stuff like that. So she really took it upon herself to do that. And like really, I was watching Nick at Night last night. Shout out to Nick at Night, and she was saying the same thing. She was saying like you know, even when they take all this sound out of all of them really sound the same. So no matter what it is, you can hear them on that boat. Nolan, if Nolan was not on the boat, why did they call his name? Who was dead? What was the argument about? Where's Bart Sampson? I don't know. Where's Bart? You know, because clearly, I had said this the other day. I said that the reason why they was lying, they was telling lying so hard and explaining so hard to Officer Big Back Bitch Tatum. They was doing it because they were trying to cover up for somebody else. Because I was born in Mississippi, so I know how this whole it's ranking, especially amongst them. They got ranking, so I was like, none of it's they covering up for somebody else because they you know they want to please the popular one or whatever. And we thinking a lot of people are thinking now that is Bart.
Her process that she explained, she's an award-winning audio producer, audio engineer, then I think that you have to really seriously take this as evidence that perhaps foul play was involved. It didn't say exactly how something may have happened to Nolan, but it certainly seems that he was on that boat, if you believe that audio. And so it's incredibly disturbing, but it does paint a picture into something may have happened. I mean, the words cover up were specifically used in that. And so I hope that you know, that the authorities are looking at this. There's a grand jury, and I hope that we get some answers.
So I want to show you guys the pictures real quick. And this
I will tell you this, before we continue into this, I don't think a way in nobody's world that anything is going to happen. Honestly, I don't. And it's not to be negative. I'm not even trying to be negative, but I'm just being realistic. And I think sometimes it's good to be realistic. And I want to be realistic because I want you to keep I don't want you to get put all your prayers in the same basket on this one. It is Mississippi. Okay? It is Mississippi. It is Mississippi. You always say those prayers for gas prices. Because at the end of the day, which is sad to say, today is July 29th. This happened July the 4th. The neck is still not returned. The lungs are not returned. Whatever's not returned. They don't have anybody in custody. They got Officer Tatum out here covering for them, and he don't even live in Mississippi. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you this right from off top. It don't seem like that's gonna get dead, and it's sad to say that. Maybe they get paid, whatever. But this is what we need to be trying to fix in America. This is what we need to be trying to fix. It really is, man. It should be sad.
Saw him last when
there are trucks.
Got another commercial. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We're gonna make sure we pay these commercials today. Thank you, AT2. I'm gonna get that premium.
Put that on the back burner. I don't think that's a good idea, brother. I don't think it is. Now, I understand what you're saying. We can't jump the gun. I'm not doing that. But from what I heard in the audio, I ain't jumping guns. The gun is pretty loud. Yeah. So I just want to be clear that the last people who saw him alive, they have the answers.
Yes, they do.
And I want to see a proper investigation.
Yes, we do.
And here we are again, where once again, people who are not part of the investigation, and maybe there are things that have come up on the low that we don't know about. Fair enough. You know, we're not right there every millisecond. But here we are again, people who are not even part of the investigation, revealing information that it appears, could be wrong, that the folks in Mississippi have not figured out. And this goes to the heart.
So one thing, I think Daniel's trying to take this all in, but I do feel like Daniel probably feels like he's being ganged up on. This is just my assumption.
I like that assumption. I do like that assumption because Dunn was cutting him off. Dunn was covering him off. But see, I would listen to CTV. I would listen to the King yesterday, and see, I like how the King see. Daniel was sitting up there talking about, they ain't got enough evidence. We can't be making judgment. This and that. He was really capping for the women. He were up to capping for the women. You finna see too, and he had this real smart smirk. As though you sit beneath me, bitch. And I know Funky was something looking like, and I think for just to be a black person, I understood Funky off top because I don't think he said was wrong. I think sometimes people need to hear this shit. Because we say the Candace all the time. But at the same time, it gets overwhelming when you consistently put evidence in their face. You consistently put facts in their face, and they still say, no, this did not happen. And when you have one of your own doing that, it'd be like, man, what do you say to that? You know what I'm saying? What do you say to that?
I feel like he feels like, damn, ain't nobody on my side. Like, I'm literally here windmilling and defending myself. And I think also for Daniel, he doesn't want to be wrong. He feels, he has every right to feel in his conviction that he is correct by, hey, I'm being neutral and I'm not going to accuse anybody anything. And, it's they're trying to pull that human side of him. Like, yo, this situation don't seem right. You cannot see that this doesn't look right. He's like, well, there's some things, and it's all like, yo, stop being a robot. We want to hear directly from you and how you feel. And
good breakdown. I mean, that's why I go in and watch AT2 too. He's really good about breaking it down. And exactly what he all said is right. We get tired to the point where it's like, Officer Tatum, we ain't studying him. We ain't studying him. He can go jump off Mount Everest and we wouldn't give a fuck. We even raise no money for the funeral. Hey, we wouldn't even click the ash. We just say let it go back to earth as it came. But in this case right here, Daniel seemed like he's intelligent enough to know that. But I think from the studies or just watching the episode, because that was my first time really even encountering or saying anything about the Daniel guy. But he's media trained. He's been doing this for over 10 years. He's 36, so he has a way of like handling himself. And when you work in an environment like that, I've worked in corporate, and you work around a lot of white people. You kind of adapt to that atmosphere, and then things like you get that one black person in the crowd that do you like this.
He's not breaking down that wall.
The scene where he was last alive, going there. They are the very heart of this investigation. Of what happened.
I see.
I mean, have they been? Maybe I missed it in all the news.
Let me check.
Have they been interrogated? Have they been
down in the damn lake?
That's not
to formulate some semblance of a tear.
Okay, now listen. Funky was fed up with this shit, and I understand him because it just becomes it becomes repetitive because you be like, we are 13-14% of the population, and this gets upsetting and it gets repetitive, especially when it comes to your own people. Let's go.
And yet you got somebody that just so matter-of-factly explaining the ins and outs of a damn village pump. Where are the tears?
So and we spoke to Elliot Connie. Daniel, we keep cutting you, but I just wanted to. We promise we're going to let you in. We're going to give you the floor. But we spoke to psychotherapist Elliot Connie yesterday, who basically, conveyed the same sentiment that that Dineva is talking about. I'm just going to play it, and then I'll let everybody respond. We'll let you in. Okay.
Over the past several days.
That's good. That's good, Andy. Let's just play it. He was on our show yesterday, but go for it.
Watched a ton of footage related to Nolan Wells' friends being interviewed.
He was
this election.
Oh, baby, listen. This is, trust me, I don't blame AT2 going to. This is TV worthy. This is like a family reunion. I'm gonna tell you what I thought about Funk when we get past this point, because I got to see this because it ain't. They cut off the thing, and I couldn't find the short. I had to go over here to Brother Page.
Have you?
Yeah, and that's what we all been saying. We
was in the back burner. I'm saying they are.
I assume he's talking to everybody, but those are the questions I would have. Why haven't these boys been brought in? What is happening in terms of why hasn't there been more conversation about their involvement from an investigation standpoint? I also think the focus needs to be on the investigation, because why is the throat missing from the private autopsy? Why are the lungs missing from the private autopsy? Those will tell us more information than this garbled audio. Because Clay, when you spoke, you said, this is what I heard. Every person on here has said, this is what I've heard. And so because it's garbled, we all have different interpretations of this audio.
Sure.
You can have a different interpretations of there being water in the lungs or water not in the lungs.
Yeah.
That is a standard fact. If there is water in the lungs, he drowned. Now, again, then you have to determine whether it was accidental or not. That's a whole other investigation. If there's no water in the lungs, then that means somebody did something to Nolan. And I feel like I'm being painted as this person who's defending the boys when I am not defending those boys at all. All I'm saying is I'm defending the truth. Let's get to the bottom of what actually happened. Now, as for their reaction to them and going back to Horn Island and showing remorse or not showing remorse or grief or whatnot. I said this yesterday and I'll say it again. No one knows how they're going to respond when you find yourself in this situation, right? I think it's suspicious that the forum that they chose to go on. Why are you going on this man that has a certain platform? I talked about this yesterday. I don't think that's okay. I think if you're going to speak out, go to the neutral platforms and try to have your perspective told. So I think that to me is concerning. Now, on the flip side, again, you can't say that, and I'm not saying anyone other than Funky, who I believe is saying this. You can't say that then, they did something.
I think what's concerning, Daniel, so let's be clear here. I'm all about objectivity.
All right, y'all. So, all right now, listen. I feel like brother had a very valid point, and he said how it need to be said. I ain't got no corrections on this.
All about perfect journalism. I'm all about being fair, and I definitely respect it, and I definitely want that. I just think for me, just on some after 5 happy hour, brother to brother, informal type stuff, there's just a level of emotion and concern I'm missing from you. There really is. Like there is just.
Do you understand what Funky just said? He said what he was missing from him is a level of emotional concern and humility he's missing from him, mainly because he's black. At the end of the day, he's black. He's black first. And when he get pulled by the police, he's black. And he's acting like he's not.
There is just a house Negro vibe I'm getting from you when it relates to this story, and it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me feel like you are more concerned.
Look at Don. I told you, Don orchestrated this all because Don with that face. Oh. Hold on, let me blow it up so y'all can zoom in on everybody's face. Hold on, let me blow it up. Here we go. Hi.
Y'all, what I tell y'all, I was watching it live. I caught it live. What I tell y'all, I was cutting my hair. I was shaving, right? I was shaving. When he said that, I said, well, damn. Well, shit. Well, oh my God. And everybody's faces were just, let's look at these faces right quick. Look at everybody's faces. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's look at these faces right quick. Look at everybody's face in that exact moment. I think Dun's face had me cracked the most. Dun had that face like, what the hell? Funky was so comfortable when he said, look at that face. He was so comfortable when he said it like, as a matter of fact, bitch. As a matter of fact. Okay? That is how I feel about you. Nisa closed eyes, went to sleep. Dun was over there like, woo! Shade, baby. The light-skinned dude, he was contemplating on what did he just say that? So yeah, it was a very heavy moment. But in all actuality, they came back from it though. They came back from it. We're gonna see that part right there. We're gonna come back from it. But that's how you feel. That's how you felt though, real talk. And I mean, my thing is this: you black too. Stop all that bullshit. We got enough candidates on us and Officer Tatum's. That make you mad, it make you angry, make you upset. It ain't about you want, but I'm just saying, like, dude, do you not see this? Like, what else do we supposed to do? And then you want it just let's go.
Yeah, see, put a 1 in the chat if you think Don orchestrated this all, because his reactions is just too happy. Like, as soon as like my panels go awry, I'll be like, no, you guys see me. I'll be like, no, like yo, like let's calm it down. Like, no, like let's not do that, y'all. Don's not saying like, yo, chill, like this ain't that kind of platform. And then I'm looking at Funky like, Funky, you show your ass
That's
every
funky.
minute. This is why you can't get no job, because you show your ass every minute. You know you on this professional platform, and like you.
Funky say, listen, bitch. He said, listen, I clock in every day when I want to and how I want to. I'm a rich white bitch, and I ain't gotta go to work if I want to. I'm just trying to do something different, but don't test me because I ain't delivered yet. That's what Funky basically saying. But either way it goes, let me see. Let me go down here. I think I want to say, when we got to the end, I want to say, no, we're gonna go to the next one. Let's go to the next video. Let me see, can I find Brother Page and go back over it again? Hold on, y'all. Let me get back over here. Yes, so that's what in short happened right there. Hold on, let me get back over here right quick. Let me go and find. Let me go over here and get this right quick. What time we at, y'all? Oh, we already 30 minutes. Okay, then good. I got an hour. Hold on, y'all. Let me go over here and go away. Let me see. Where Brother Page at? That was Brother Page at. Where's the Brother Page at? Man, it was so funny. But yes, that what he said though. Shit, I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, real talk. Like, yeah, I get it, but it probably was a little rude, a little blunt. Maybe he should have not said it on that platform. But that's how Funky always talk. And I'm telling you, yeah, seeing the comments, everybody was lit like shit. He said we don't see what he did in the wrong. You know, real talk. They didn't see what he did in the wrong. Let's go over this. So I found out, yeah. But anyway, right after that, of course, the internet got set on fire. The video went out everywhere and all that good stuff, you know. So, but hey, when you get to a certain point, you know, you be like, man, let me tell you something. You need that Harriet Tubman. You need that Harriet Tubman. Because if so, I got that Harriet Tubman. That's what he basically saying. I got that Harriet Tubman, bitch. Keep on playing with me. Let's go and redo this one. But Funky did in his fashion. You know, he went over there and fucked the church's money up, but ain't nothing wrong with it. He did it for the good of the people. So all just because of that, I give him a break. But he did apologize. All right, he did apologize. So let's go over here and see how did this go. He did apologize. He really did apologize. Let me see.
Friends are not here.
We hang out in Atlanta later this month.
That's number one. Hey, so I no, seriously, I do apologize. I took it too far. To Clay's point, it's like, but still, Daniel, I want to take you by the neck and do like this.
I'm not sure.
Well, at least Funky Dineva did apologize, but I still don't think it takes away the fact that you called him a
house Negro vibe.
Oh yeah, let's get into this apology.
Good job. Look, there was good editing, AT too. There was good editing. I love it, brother. Look, but that's what Funky had to say. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly how we feel about Officer Tatum. Okay. Matter of fact, he sit in Master lap. That's what he sit at. He sit directly on Master's lap, specifically between 2 and 5 a.m. That's Officer Tatum. Listen, okay, so that's that. And so that happened with Funky them yesterday, and you know it was kind of entertaining. So everybody was going off and having fit about this and that. And so yeah, I want to come show y'all that's what happened with them. So that was that. So hopefully, you know, everybody made up. He did apologize, and you know, he did say, you know, he was sorry or whatever. But it was just so much emotion going on with the whole Nolan Wells case. It doesn't excuse bad behavior, but when it comes to our own, sometimes you be like, listen, stop this shit in front of them. Stop this. And I know how that feels sometimes. It gets to a point, it's overwhelming. Like when is enough? Let's go to this right here. Excuse me, who got a gas? Sherman. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here to this. So let's talk about this right quick. Let's throw this in. I'm gonna throw this one in. So it was a man that was in this place. I don't know what place we're gonna find out together because I can't remember what place it was. But anyway, it go. The man kept on harassing the people. And when I say harassing the people, this is what I mean. He was harassing people by doing let me see, is this gonna blow up? Yeah. He was harassing the people he was a tow man, right? So him being a tow man, for some reason, he kept on doing something really weird. Really weird. Let's get into this, okay? Let me transfer this over here. All right, y'all, let's go.
exposing the wild west of towing by the WBTV Investigates team is still alive and thriving in Charlotte and across North Carolina.
Lawmakers have failed to pass any new protections for drivers, and even a tow truck driver targeted by the state's attorney general is still out there towing.
Investigative reporter David Hodges has been reporting on one specific tow truck driver for 8 years. And tonight, David has yet another story that's all too familiar to our viewers.
Charlotte's most notorious tow truck driver is at it again. This time, the incident caught on camera.
He don't care about my godmother. He don't care who he hurts because he continuously does it.
And now David Satterfield is facing criminal charges because of what happened.
It was a very dangerous situation.
I love everyone and I treat people like I've been, but the way that man is, he's a devil. And he loose on earth.
My God. What did he do?
You can imagine what we felt.
Joyce Bradley and her godmother Shelby Graham were leaving this Mount Holly gas station and preparing to pull onto Tuckasegee Road. Tow truck driver David Satterfield struck.
When she stopped for traffic, that's when he pulled the truck around and he bumped the car.
The video shows Satterfield push the car further into the road, blocking traffic.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So basically, he's a tow truck driver, but I think he gets his rocks off on repoing. And I did say the other day, you want to get back on your feet quickest way you can. Just missed 2 car payments, and I think they missed like a lot of them. Still in the recession stuff going on, but he been doing this for 8 years aggressively. So yeah, let's get your rest of the story.
He hit us first, and then he hooks us and drags us just a little bit before my godmother said, "Don't fight, Joyce." I said, "No, this is not fair. We're in the car."
Satterfield was repossessing Bradley's car. She said she was $1,300 behind in payments to the car dealership and had offered to bring it in. Instead, this happened.
It's totally illegal. It's illegal.
I showed the video to 39-year towing veteran Rick Cron from Texas.
What he's thinking and how he's thinking on the video is just plain dumb.
Please leave your message after the tone.
I tried calling Satterfield, but he never responded. Following the incident, Satterfield was arrested by Mount Holly police. He is facing 2 charges of felonious restraint and misdemeanor assault with a deadly weapon for towing the vehicle.
Now, you're going to go to jail. You're going to chase somebody down, hit somebody's car, harass them, cuss at them, and all that right there. You don't get paid for it. And then you end up going to jail? Child, gotta be more careful.
Vehicle while Bradley and Graham were in it. He's also charged with injury to personal property after smashing Bradley's phone here and simple assault for macing her here. The video also shows, and Bradley freely admits, that she fought back during the encounter before eventually getting away.
He's like, "Oh my God!"
Thank God.
He's threatening to take us.
Baby, let me tell you some shit. She had to keep her car. She had stuff to do, bitch. And I'm saying, after that encounter right there, after that, I would have howled and screamed so much. They would have just gave me that. They would have sent me the title in the middle. That's what I got doing. They would have sent me the title. Because I would have bet, baby, let me. But then again, too, you got to know when to hold them and fold. But I'm glad that she was in the car and she was able to ski it off. You know what I'm saying? That's even better.
With the vehicle, inside the vehicle. At this point, I'm like, no, you're not.
But this is far from.
Now, mind you, check this out. The crazy thing about this right here is this. You got to be aware. All this crazy shit going on, and then you get this bold, big back, barrel ass white man that pulled up behind you because he got a rock on to make sure he want to take away your shit, even though you didn't pay your car note because things are happening. But that excuse the point. But for him to come in and try to drag it off while you in it, and then start to fight you, and you with your mama, oh no, she had to fight back.
The first time someone has shared a story like this about David Satterfield.
I couldn't even get the whole sentence out before he sprayed.
I shared those stories with Bradley and Graham.
And pepper sprayed me right in my face twice. Should any tow truck company be able to operate like that?
No, absolutely not. We need to stick together as people.
Now, I want to say this. I want to say this right here. Listen, I know we're going through this. But listen, do you see a pattern? Now, I know people want to say, they should have just paid your car note. They should have paid the car note. Yes. You are right about that. However, they couldn't. Okay. But do you see the pattern of the people that he harassed? They are all what do they have in common? Black. That's all I'm saying.
People to make a change, to put a stop.
As the Attorney General for North Carolina, I assure you, I'm not putting up with any of that.
Just last week, North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson took to Instagram to highlight a judgment his office got against Satterfield and his towing company for targeting minorities. Consent order doesn't outright prevent him from towing, but lays out other prohibitions such as unfair and deceptive trade practices and race discrimination.
Right, basically tell his ass, leave black folks the fuck alone, because when you go out there around them, you not only taking their cars, you bullying them and you harassing them, you call them the N-word, because I said in the story, he been doing this for 8 years, he been harassing this community with this. Can you imagine? And nothing has been did until the point where it started to make the news, and now people are making all this record, and they be like, oh my God, we don't see race. He does. He see color. He see the color. You do.
I'm hoping that the book gets thrown. I trust the Attorney General. Take him off the street for a while.
Yeah.
Before somebody loses their life. And this is what will happen if they do not stop him now.
And just on Tuesday, Gaston County prosecutors indicted Satterfield as a habitual felon, meaning if he is convicted of one of the felonies he's charged with, he's guaranteed to spend a minimum of 4 years in prison. I reached out to Attorney General Jeff Jackson's office. Spokesperson said their office is reviewing the incident and has not been able to provide any additional information while the review and the criminal investigation is ongoing.
So
that is sad. That is sad. So now you got to see that. Yeah, so that's what happened. He was out there riding around on his truck, feeling his his patriarchy, his authoritism, whatever you want to call it, his whiteness. He was feeling all through his bones and feeling his bone marrow. He had drunk some melanin, and he said, "I'm gonna go out here and strike back. They ain't paid those car notes. I'm gonna go." And I mean, that's no reason, but same thing. Like, people find reasons to get off on different stuff, man. They really do, and it's so freaking sad. It is so freaking sad. I don't like that. But I'm glad they got his ass off the streets, right? Because, like, if that was your mama or your daughter, whatever, I get it. But, like, at least let me be outside of my car. But don't try to drag me on mama. And then on top of it, you being this aggressive white guy, how do I know where you dragging me to? Do you remember the story about the girl who got kidnapped over there? I can't think what she was, but the man had took her in this Cadillac. He snatched a little black girl, and she ended up out there in the woods. And then he went to the trunk. He went to the trunk to go try to I guess exchange something, get some rope or some tape or whatever the hell he was finna do to her, because he was definitely finna do something to her. He was definitely finna Jeffrey Dahmer her. And when she seen that he had turned his back, her hands tied behind her back, baby. When I say her feet was free, baby, she said, "Feet don't fail me now." She said the feet don't fail me now, baby. She shot out of there. When she showed this, she ran to the main street. And I thank the Lord today for it, because I get in the spirit thinking about it. And then when she got to the highway, the man, it was a truck driver sitting out there. And the truck driver was driving down the street. He seen her running. He was like, "What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" And she told him that, this man has kidnapped me. And I thank God. And the crazy thing about it, the truck driver had said that he had got delayed. He was mad about being delayed, but he was delayed. He was delayed, but not denied, because he saved that girl. I'm trying to tell you, our preacher Mitch is on you. But we thank God for the people that's still out here changing lives, slowly but surely. It's a great thing. All right. Let's get into the last thing. What time we at? Okay, we at 45. We did real good. I just want to do an hour, because sometimes I get up here and go to talking to y'all before I know it. It's 2 hours later. I need to go somewhere. I need to go grab my computer. It's almost like 12 o'clock. So we're doing pretty good. Hit like and hit subscribe. Welcome. This is the long live today. I got up this morning and put on a shirt for you. Washed my ass, everything. I cut my hair yesterday. See that I cut my hair. I ain't got no hair. But it's good to be bald. Yep. Some of your baby daddy's bald, and some of your baby mama's bald too. So you can't say nothing bad about me being bald. Bitch, if you bald, you really shut your mouth. And if you bald, you better talk better. Okay. I got a reason. I got genetics and everything else. But why are you bald? Because karma works in many, many different ways. It really, really does. Why is your dick so small? What did you do? Yep. Karma. Anyway, let's get into the last thing. The last thing is going to be talking about this right here, which I do not hate. I do not hate. Welcome to Tank Talks TV 1. I do not hate this topic right here. I do not hate this topic. I feel as though you will find out. And the thing is this right here, when you understand what country you live in, if you ever did any research about the country that you live in, you will bump into these issues and these problems. You will have problems. And these people are starting to have problems. Let me see which one I want to pick out. Oh, I cannot stand Myron. Lord, I don't want to see Myron on shit. He make my stomach just turn. Just then scroll down, seeing his face. Let me see it red. But I don't know about them because I got a strike for them. You know, you gotta be careful when you doing news update stuff. Cause baby, they've been and got you, honey, on accident. You be like, what the hell? Why they doing it? Why? And this show had got me. Let me see which one I want to do right quick. Okay, we can do this. So I'm gonna pick out one because we ain't got to go through all the extra because we know exactly how this is gonna go. Because again, if we're we've been here, we done this before. No shade, no tea, but you know, when you from this country, your ancestors are from this country, and you know what this country is really built on. You know how better to maneuver because you know to be aware, and you know what history shows us, and it shows us all the time that sometimes it try to repeat itself. Now we ain't going back to slavery, but you know, here this year he getting close enough. Okay, he's getting close to fucking enough. Okay, so we're gonna go into this right here. This is our last topic. So Trump is, of course, you know. Okay, let me tell you this. Of course, you know Trump is doing his A1 on Haitians and I think Syrians right now. So the TPS order ended. I think it ended on 27th or the 28th. The TPS order ended. So now that they have to get out. They gotta get out of here. Like Miss Sophia said, get my children out of here. They got to get they got to get them and they chilling and they bush meat and they flip flops with that one sounder that's dusty and get the fuck out of here. And I don't feel bad about it either. I don't. You know why I don't feel bad about it? Because they made fun of slavery. They talked about us. They said how they knew America. They said that they built America. They said they did this. They said they did that. They didn't get no fuck about us. They made fun of us during Black History Month. And now you might not be black, but let me tell you something, baby. That's very disrespectful. Yeah, they disrespectful. The Hispanic were calling us the N-word. We asked them for simple things, simple rules. Please do not say this. Do not do this. Do not do that. We don't like it. And when you think somebody's your family, and they turn out to be like Officer Tatum's or Candace Owens to us. So pretty much that's what the Haitians did to us. So now the TPS orders ended. They are rounding them up like crazy. And I think we're doing 2 flights a day, 2 flights a month. I don't know. I just know it's still gonna cost a lot of money. But at the same time, Trump is giving them money to go back home. But let's get a piece of the story right here. What's going on with this, and then we're gonna be just about out of here for today. Let's go.
Temporary protected status set to expire tomorrow for several immigrant communities, including Haitians. Many businesses, like this restaurant on the city's far south side, are left in limbo. Started by Chicagoans who once called Haiti home, owners of Lior's Cafe left with the feeling of uncertainty, as some of their Haitian employees could soon have to quit, as temporary protected status for several countries is set to be terminated Friday.
It's scary. Because it's like you come here, you establish a family, work, create,
and you work hard,
contributing member of society,
and you work hard, We told you. It's like you trying to tell us who somebody is. It's like if you got a real good mama, your mama know you. So when somebody come tell her something, whether it's a lie or the truth, she gonna know her child did. Even if it's unbelievable, she gonna say he could have did that. They gonna know, you know. And when you come ask your cousins of how this person act this and that, we tell you like, yeah, you believe it, not them. It's like, no, you need to work harder for you. Wait, man, you people are dumb. You have no culture. You have no culture. Our country is beautiful. Like you came over here, they wanted to brag about their country, how beautiful it was, how it demonstrated this about. And so, you know, us Americans, black and white, we was all sitting back looking like, oh, okay. You know, because again, it's America. So this was going on. Let's hear her out.
and then all of a sudden just like that, everything is gone.
Temporary protected status, or TPS, allows people escaping natural disasters, wars, and persecuted regimes to work and live here in the United States legally. Roughly 350,000 Haitians are TPS holders, many of them coming to the country following the devastating Haiti earthquake of 2010. The Supreme Court's conservative majority last month siding with the Trump administration's efforts.
So understand this, right? They've been here for, 16 plus years now. Look, 16 years. When they get over here, I don't know if you're saying later, I'm not gonna go back and play all it this morning because we almost out of time. We're at 51 minutes. But you remember the lady that came that was out there on that pedestal? I don't know if she was in DC, Oklahoma, Columbia. I don't know where the hell she was. But she was a Haitian lady. She got up there and she was like, we need to be in this country because we built that. We built that. We built that. Bitch, I don't know. It aggravated me so bad. I hate to cut up with y'all this morning. But it aggravated me so bad because why are you trying to erase somebody else's lineage and their history? Okay? No, I mean, you know why this is America, right? We treat the Confederate flag like that. We treat the Confederate flag like that because with the Confederate flag represents what it did. They wanted slaves. They wanted to keep them slaves too. And guess what? They got reparations from giving them up. And then some people didn't get out of it until like 1930s, 1940s. They'd be like, no, it's 400 years ago. Like, no. We going down to Mississippi right now. Nolan Body has been out there since July 4th, and they ain't gave you no answers. Trey Reed, Sandra Bland, let's go down the rabbit hole, bruh. We ain't got to talk about this back and forth. I'm just telling you the truth on this morning, okay? Ain't no wrong with it. But you keep on telling about something you ain't even read a book before you got over here. The only thing you brought was dust and bushmeat.
To end TPS for thousands of immigrants from several countries, including Haiti and Syria. The Department of Homeland Security's General Counsel praising the ruling, saying in a statement, quote, the T in TPS stands for temporary, yet many of these designations became de facto amnesty. This is a win for the rule of law and common sense.
Long before Chicago became the great city that we know today, an immigrant from Haiti helped lay its foundation.
That's why a coalition of local Haitian American organizations gathered at the John Baptiste Point du Sable Monument on Michigan Avenue, calling on lawmakers to act. They were joined by the lead counsel in the TPS case, Mio v. Trump, that the highest court struck down.
It was very much a gut punch to simply have the highest court in the land brush all that evidence to one side with the wave of a hand and say it doesn't matter and it's not overtly racial when it very clearly is, was hard to take.
And immigrant advocates are also calling on Congress to pass Senate Bill 4814, a measure requiring DHS to designate Haiti for temporary protected status.
Get red hot summer savings right now.
Yeah, that happened right there. Yeah, that happened right there. Y'all want some from the store? Y'all want some from the store? Y'all want it from the store? Okay. But y'all want some from the store. Y'all want it from the store? I kind of clocked out for a minute. I don't mean to come work and clock out, but I clocked out. I had to go take me a 10. Y'all want it from the store? Boy. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, not trying to make bad of them, but at the same time, you listen. When people tell you who they are, they show you who you are, believe them. They was over here capping so hard like Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum can't get deported. You can't come and act like them. You can't come and doing all that. You gotta come over here and get, you can come work hard, this and that. But as you can see, what Democrats did was Democrats are just as crooked as the other ones, goddamn. They get on my nerves too. Cause they don't never do all they do is just sell us hopes and dreams and dreams and sorrows and prayers. That's all they give us. That's it. They don't make shit happen. They gonna make shit happen. Then people love to come say, well, all they did was give gay people rights. Bitch, we supposed to been had that a long time ago. Bump that. That ain't shit for us neither. What we did, cause we can get IRS and taxes and credit and divorce and the same thing you get. No. It didn't make a difference. I mean, just equality. But at the same time, for black people as a whole, Democrats promise us everything and they deliver nothing. That's why this time we are requiring something for a vote. You ain't gonna come over here. You ain't gonna leave me with no whips in a dry pocket. No, you not. Not this time. You see what Trump doing? So since he can go in there and gather $1.8 trillion and go and get all this money for this war that we need to be in and all this and that, you can pay reparations or you can do something to us. I ain't lying. We ain't voting. We standing together on this one. We staying in the house. We're not coming outside. We're not protesting. We're not doing none of that until you fix what the hell is going on. It needs to be did now. Okay. It's not only gonna be up to, it's not up to really up to black people. This gonna be some white people to try to mostly fight because, you know, it's America. You know, just being realistically, we're gonna need a lot of Jane Elliots. A lot of, good God of mercy, a lot of Jane Elliots, goddamn. A lot of, you know, and I hope it gets better. We'll see as it goes on. But you know, you just never know. You just never ever know. You just never know. You know, but yeah, man. So this was going on. But other than that, everything is still the same. Everything is okay. I'm gonna go and get down. I gotta go downstairs to the basement. I gotta wear down 2 flights of stairs. I gotta go get my stuff out the washer machine and the dryer. Trying to see where my little friend at. Anyway, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I just want to come and speak to you all, see how y'all was doing. Give you all some updated news this morning. I'm glad you're doing well. If you would like to, you can hit like and subscribe. You know, say a prayer for me. Matter of fact, don't pray for me. Don't pray for me. This a lot of people. I'm not saying nothing wrong, but a lot of people PREY and not PRAY. Okay, and then sometimes when they pray in here, their prayers don't make it past the top of my ceiling in my room. I know mine don't. Hell, mine make it to the top of the roof. But hell, them hoes prayers don't make it past their height. I don't pray for me. You know, your prayer ain't working for you, bitch. I know it ain't working for me. Keep your prayer, huh? Keep them. I don't need them. Nah, baby. I ain't seen them do nothing for you yet. When they do something for you, then we can talk about it. But bitch, give me something. Your prayers ain't working. Nope. But in that, yes, I hope you have a great day. We are at 57 minutes, and that was good. We did good tonight. We did good. Of course, you could join the channel if you would like to. Hit like, subscribe. That's all you can do right now, and I'll explain that part later on. But yeah, just get like, subscribe, and we be all right. We're gonna make it past this. This is what I love to do. So, you know, sometimes it just take you to get through a little bit of a you know, a little struggle, whatever it is, to get where you got to go to. But if you get where you got to go, that's all that matters. Okay. Well, that is it. That is that. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you. I am Tank. Okay, there you go. And I mean, when I say that joke got good time, it ain't nothing like when somebody tell you they gonna be somewhere and they show up 10 minutes early and you look out the window and they on time. I said I'd be ready about 12:15. I said, all right, I'll be around about 12 or something. The motherfucker sitting outside. Cross street. Let me get my computer. Thank you. I am Tank. Hope you have a good day. Hopefully work don't go hard if you're not having a good day. Listen. I was homeless with nothing just 2 years ago, and I had came from everything to nothing overnight. Okay? And I stepped in the backseat of a car at a McDonald's, Burger King, or Walmart, or Home Depot sometimes, and even a Lowe's. Okay? And things have not always been easy. We're in a recession right now. But hey, let's think about this, okay? It could be motherfucking worse. It might be worse. But just hope it don't get no worse. You know what I'm saying? Learn from the experience, and you know, make it better. I am Tank. Hope you had a good day. And if you need anything, just check back in and make sure you leave a comment and let me know what you're feeling like. And yeah, I will see y'all this afternoon sometime. More likely today. More likely today. I'll see you today. I'll see you today. I'll definitely. Yeah.